Yo, word on the street is Tracy McGrady was caught pulling some crazy stunts in the film room after dropping 41 points. We're seriously hoping this is just a wild rumor because wow, talk about awkward vibes. Stay locked in because we've got even more wild stories of NBA players doing the unthinkable on and off the court. Some are so crazy, we're still low-key embarrassed to even mention them again. All right, let's dive into one of the wildest and most bizarre NBA moments in recent memory. The time J.R. Smith threw a bowl of soup at his assistant coach, Damon Jones. Yes, you heard that correctly. Soup. Let's break it down. The year was 2018 and J.R. Smith was playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. This was during LeBron's last season in Cleveland, so tensions were naturally high with the pressure of another deep playoff run looming. Now, we all know J.R. Smith is one of those guys who's always been unpredictable, both on and off the court, but this soup situation took things to a whole new level of what were you thinking? The details of what sparked the incident are still a bit hazy, but what we do know is that J.R. and assistant coach Damon Jones got into some kind of heated exchange. Instead of just letting it slide or hashing it out like most people would, J.R. decided to take things to the next level by grabbing a bowl of soup and throwing it at his coach. Yup, he didn't just walk away or argue back, he literally flung soup at the man. Now the type of soup has become the stuff of legend. Was it tomato soup? Maybe a nice hearty chicken noodle. Or something fancy like lobster bisque. We may never know for sure, but what we do know is that JR was hit with a suspension by the team for conduct detrimental to the team, which honestly is a pretty mild way to describe hurling a hot bowl of liquid at your coach. Even after the incident, JR stayed JR, playing it cool like it was just another day in the life of the NBA. He didn't give many details, just kind of shrugged it off like, it is what it is. Damon Jones, on the other hand, didn't seem to hold a grudge and even joked about the incident later on. He claimed the soup was his favorite and that JR should have thrown something else if he wanted to make a point. Looking back, the soup saga has become a hilarious part of NBA lore. I mean, how often do you hear about players tossing food at their coaches? Only J.R. Smith could turn something like that into a legendary moment. It's stories like these that remind us the NBA is just as entertaining off the court as it is on it. So, here's one of the wildest and most unexpected stories involving Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, the Big Diesel himself. This one involves a locker room prank that went way too far. Back when Shaq was with the Orlando Magic in the early 90s, he was known for being the ultimate jokester, always playing pranks on his teammates. But one day, Shaq took things to a whole new level. The story goes that one of his teammates had gotten on his nerves, either with some trash talk or just regular locker room antics. So, Shaq decided to get back at him in a way only Shaq could think of. Instead of just a harmless prank, Shaq poured a cup of urine on the guy. Yes, you heard that right. He actually collected some of his own pee and dumped it on his unsuspecting teammate. It was all meant to be a joke, but obviously it crossed the line. Even in a world where pranks are normal, this one left everyone in shock. The teammate was furious, and the incident became one of those legendary locker room stories that you almost can't believe actually happened. Shaq, always known for his larger-than-life personality, later admitted it was all in good fun. But it definitely left a mark on his reputation as the king of locker room pranks. No one could have expected that the big man with the big laughs would pull something as extreme as pouring urine on someone. It's just another reminder that with Shaq, you never quite know what you're going to get. Here's another classic Shaquille O'Neal moment that's pure Shaq magic. Picture this. The LA Lakers practice is in full swing. The team is grinding hard and suddenly, bam, Shaq strolls into the gym completely naked. Yep, you heard that right. No shorts, no jersey, just the Big Diesel in his birthday suit. This epic prank happened back in the late 90s. He showed up to practice stripped down, giving everyone a jaw-dropping surprise. Imagine the looks on his teammates' faces as the 7-foot behemoth walked in, fully exposed but still flashing his trademark smile. It wasn't just a wild stunt. It was Shaq's way of reminding everyone that even in the midst of intense workouts and high stakes, you could still have fun and not take everything too seriously. The whole team and probably even the coaches were left in hysterics. It was a reminder of Shaq's unique ability to mix humor with his incredible basketball skills. This story, like many of his other pranks, has become a legendary locker room tale, showcasing how Shaq's antics were always larger than life, just like his game. Now, let's dive into one of the stories that we wish we could all forget. We're talking about the time Paul Pierce had an unfortunate mishap during a game that left everyone talking. So, here's the scoop. It was Game 1 of the 2008 NBA Eastern Conference Finals between the Boston Celtics and the Detroit Pistons. The game was intense, and Pierce was playing like a man possessed. But then, in the midst of the high-stakes action, something went terribly wrong. Paul Pierce ended up pooping his pants. That's right. In the middle of the game, Pierce had a bit of an accident that left him in quite an awkward situation. As the story goes, Pierce was dealing with some stomach issues, and during a critical moment on the court, he had an accident that he couldn't hide. The incident was kept under wraps at the time, but the word eventually got out. Even though Pierce had to deal with this less than glamorous moment, he didn't let it derail his performance. He soldiered through, put up a stellar game, and helped lead the Celtics to victory. The story became one of those legendary NBA anecdotes that fans and teammates love to share, showcasing how even the greatest players have their off moments. Paul Pierce took it all in stride, proving once again that he could handle anything the game or life threw at him. It's just another reminder that in the world of professional sports, sometimes the unexpected happens, and you've got to roll with it, even if it means playing through some pretty tough situations.